start.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Inshallah, you guys are all doing well. Inshallah, you guys are all staying safe through this coronavirus. In Michigan alone, there's over 22,700 cases and over 1,230 deaths. So my brothers and sisters, just please, through this time of fear and in this time of seeking nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please wash your hands as often as you possibly can and isolate yourself from people that do not live in your house. Try not getting close to anybody, and if you do get close to somebody, or if you leave the house, just make sure you have some form of protection covering your mouth and your nose, and most importantly your hands. Make sure you're always keeping yourself covered, especially when you're going to supermarkets, for example, and people are constantly touching stuff you could quite possibly touch. Rasulullah Muhammad said, a truthful man should not be accustomed to cursing at people, saying bad words to people. And that's how we will get into another reason why prayer sometimes is not answered, why prayer is not accepted. According to Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam, if you are one who uses vulgar language, who uses profane language, your prayer shall not be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In today's world, especially upon the youth, they like to fill in the gaps of their vocabulary with bad words, especially kids that are, let's say, 13, 14 years old. You will hear them cussing left and right, and in front of everybody, nobody will say anything. That's how it's just become a custom. It's become normal at this point. According to Imam Zayn al-Abidin and Rasulullah Muhammad, this is not the language of a truthful, a honest man. And usually an honest and truthful man is known as a mu'min, a pure person. So you're also, Imam Zayn al-Abidin says, your prayers will not be getting answered. Like I said, my brothers and sisters, these are actions that get committed daily. These are actions that happen daily. We spoke about it a few nights ago, instigating, having evil intentions, trying to start something. And like we said today, using vulgar language, using profane language. This is stuff that happens every day, my brothers and sisters. Like we have been saying, be careful what you're doing. Be careful what you're saying. Be careful what you're hearing. There's also another hadith that states, one who sees somebody backbiting, who sees somebody backstabbing somebody or talking about somebody behind their back, if they don't do anything, they're just as bad as the person who's backbiting and talking behind that person's back. So my brothers and sisters, just look into these hadiths more often. And it's not only so you can get a better understanding of Islam, it's to make sure your spot in heaven is secured. Of course, there's a spot for everybody in heaven, but just to make sure that you're going to heaven, because my brothers and sisters, these are stuff that happen in our everyday life. Instigating, trying to start a problem, cussing, backbiting, and not doing anything about it. These are stuff that happen every day. So just to make sure that you secure your spot in heaven, make sure you're not committing these acts. And like it says, you're just like the person that did the backbiting. There's another hadith that states, one who does the backbiting will not enter heaven unless the person he talked about, the person he backbited, has forgiven him. If that person does not forgive him, Allah A'lam what happens. You can't go and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make that person forgive you. If that person does not decide to forgive you, Allah A'lam what happens. So my brothers and sisters, just make sure you're not talking about anybody. Make sure you're not using bad language, because like we're saying, if you talk about somebody, you might feel good about yourself, in the next 30 minutes. You might feel on top of the world for the next 30 minutes. But in the barzakh, it's going to come back, and it's going to come back and bite you. And just think about it. Your whole life's works, everything you did your whole life, you're not going to be able to enter heaven due to the fact that somebody is not forgiving you. So this one bad mistake, this deed that you committed is gonna hold you back from going into heaven. My brothers and sisters, please just think about your everyday actions. Make sure, like we have been saying, think about the consequences of your actions. Make sure you're not doing anything that will not only hurt you in the dunya, but also hurt you in the akhirah. Because all of these actions, like the cussing one, it could make your parents mad at you. It could make you look bad to the public. It's also going to make you look very bad in the akhirah. So my brothers and sisters, please make sure you're thinking about the consequences of your actions. Please make sure you're not doing any stupid or dumb actions due to the fact that, you know, your friends are around and you want to be cool in front of your friends. Just don't let anybody peer pressure you into doing stuff that you know are not right. آخر دعوانا and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. My brothers and sisters, please make sure you're staying safe during this virus. Please make sure, like we have been saying, washing your hands as often as possible, and do not leave the house unless it is necessary. You guys saw the stay home just got extended until April 30. My brothers and sisters, you guys see how serious this is, how serious this virus is. At this point, it should be everybody just staying at home, like we've been saying, unless it is absolutely necessary. And like we've been saying, if you go to the supermarket, if you go anywhere, try going once a week. So get everything you need and then return home as soon as possible. Don't get everything in a small portion. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.